Paul, how old are you?
I'm 58 now. So 58 in May.
How long have you been homeless for?
I've been off and on the streets about 25 years now.
5 years.
Altogether, but I've had flats here and there and I've lost them.
How did it all happen?
Well, I lost my daughter, and then me and my wife just argued and I left. Got myself a flat and then I ended up back on the streets again over rent because I couldn't keep up with the rent, with the service charge and then the bills. I just ended up back on the street.
And this was 25 years ago?
Oh, this one now.
And initially, how did you become homeless?
Originally
Yeah.
I come homeless, that was because of my wife, because I left my wife. That was 25 years ago.
And describe to us your first day when you became homeless. What happened on that day?
Oh, well, coming onto the streets.
Yeah, the first time you come onto the streets, your first day.
First day on the streets, I just slept in a doorway. Just sat there asking people for food. Money, and when I was shoplifting, all that crap ended up being an alcoholic. Went into detox, come out of detox, and I just ended up in and out of flats, detoxes, in and out of hostels. It was horrible, it was horrible. It still is now.
What was your life like before you became homeless?
Oh, well, I was married with 2 kids. I had a lovely job. Well, it was my own landscape gardening business.
Okay.
And then I just lost everything, just hit the pan. When my daughter died, I just lost interest in everything. But I blame myself for her death.
When did you last see your family?
Oh, about 10 years ago now. Last time I seen them. I never really bothered with them. But they've got their life, they've got their own life to run. I've got mine.
And what do you find to be the toughest part about living on the streets?
The toughest. Living on the streets. The toughest living on the streets is the way people treat you, spit at you or kick you in the doorway. Throw things over you in the doorway when you're asleep. That's why I hide away. I've got a nice little spot around the back there, so I've got security watching me, so I'm alright.
You got your own security. Is that where you sleep normally?
Yeah, just around the back there. Security let me go there in the night.
What do you miss the most about your life before you became homeless?
Oh, I miss everything, going home to a warm house. See my wife and kids. It's always my family mostly. But now you just don't do anything like that anymore now. It's just, it used to be good when you was first on the streets, everyone stuck together, but now it's all changed through the years now. People just rob each other. They'll run past you, rob your money off you, or just beat you in the head or something. Since that stuff come out spice, everyone's just gone in loopy-doo.
When you say people rob you, are you talking about other homeless people? Or?
Yeah, homeless people. Okay. They rob you. Rob their own, they don't care anymore now. It's changed.
How do you protect yourself?
Oh, I'll just phone the police if they come near me. They start doing me and I'll fight back. But they know who I am anyway, so they don't really bother me.
What's the one thing you're the most grateful for?
Grateful? Hey, I go to church every morning, so I'm alright. So I'm not too bad. Praising Jesus every day. Got bought a bride. Had my dad doing that. Listen.
And being homeless for 25 years, what's the nicest thing someone has done for you?
Oh, the nicest thing?
Yeah.
I was a girl named Julie. She got me a flat. She helped me get my first flat. That was very nice of that. She worked for the Salvation Army.
Okay,
it was very nice, man. I miss her, man.
And what's the meanest thing someone has done to you?
The meanest? Oh, hit me over the head with a brick when I was asleep. Some kids run passing through a brick over my head. I was only in the doorway down there about 9 months ago.
What do you think makes people do such horrible things?
They just got different people have got all different things about homeless people. Some people think every homeless person's an alcoholic, a junkie, smackhead, crackhead, whatever, or a thief or something. But they don't. A lot of people don't look into the people who are on the streets. You've got to look into them and find out about them, why they're on the streets. You know what I mean?
They just judge.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. They just judge you. And they just don't really care, man.
Paul, if you could switch roles with the regular people walking past you, and let's say, the regular middle class life, and you saw someone like you, what would you do for someone like you?
I'd help them.
What would you do to help them?
Well, I can't put them in a hotel to start them, or I'd I'd put them up in my own flat if I had a flat. I'd go away with kids, maybe the kids. I'd put them up and I'd help them as much as I can. But what I've learnt on the streets, man, Jesus, it's not a nice life, I'll tell you. It's horrible. It's scary. All these people help me out now and then, all these lads, especially the Polish lads and that. And all that, the Indian lads and that, they all help me out. Buy me food and that, give me money. They're all right, nice lads. It bother me the work, lads.
What are some of the items that you really require when you're homeless? What things do you really appreciate when people give you?
Oh, food, hot drinks, food, clothes, all that.
And what gets you through the tough times?
I usually read a lot of books. I've always got my books with me, reading my books, so I'm alright with my books and my little radio. So I'm happy with them. I just get by reading my books. That's the only thing you can do on the street.
And Paul, if you could have one wish, what would you wish for?
For a wish now, to get a flat again, which I'm hoping to in the next few months. I'm about second, third from the top of the list now. So I shouldn't be waiting that long now to get a flat now.
So what kind of things do you have to do to get a flat?
Oh, you have to go down to day centres, you have to have an outreach worker who comes round like twice a week. You come and talk to you, make sure you're still on the streets, and you can't go anywhere but out. Make sure you're on the street, and then you just wait, you just have to wait until a flat comes up and then go. If someone moves out of a house, out of a flat, they'll get you in. But if they stick you in a hostel, they just leave you in hostels. That's why I won't go into a hostel again. Every time they put me in hostels, I was in hostels for like 4 or 5 years, and no, not for me. I want my own place where I can do things.
What do you not like about the hostels?
They treat you like kids. You can't have visitors. You can't even have friends or family coming to see you. You know what I mean? That's how pathetic it is. It never used to be like that. It used to be alright, but now you just get stuck in your room and that's it. You have to buy your own food and everything. They don't feed you or not. It's pathetic, it is, the way they run them.
So if you could, Paul, if you could go back before you became homeless, what would you change?
With me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I wouldn't really change much. The way I was happy the way I was. But now, I'll change a lot of things. Well, I don't drink anymore of that, so there's not really much I can change. I just love to have my kids back.
Is there any event that happened to you before you became homeless that you would want to change?
Yeah, my daughter, when she got killed, but it wasn't my fault. But I blame myself because I should have had all the hindsight. It was a bus driver that run her over. Just the curb, he was drunk.
What happened?
The bus driver, he was drunk.
Okay.
I was thinking it was her second birthday at the bus stop, and as he pulled in, he come onto the side and he hit her. But they hit her head and she died instantly. It was just me. I thought it was my fault. I should have been faster and pulling her back, but I didn't. So I blame myself for it.
And Paul, people watching this video, what would your final message be to people out there? What would you want them to know about homeless people?
Just to treat us with respect and listen to what we say. Not to judge us. Don't judge every homeless person. Just look at them and think what they've done, what they've been through, not what they're going through. And just respect us, give us a bit of respect.
It's not by choice.
No, that's it. It's not by choice you end up on the street. Some people do. Some people just come on the street to the fun of it. They think it's good, but it's not.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for your time, and I really pray that your situation improves.
I hope so. I hope it does.
Thank you.